Okay. Fuck. I need to yell at my ISP. I'm getting really fucking pissed off. Unless somebody's downloading something. All right. This is part 2. Second take. Second take, everybody. Second take. We back. I swear to God, I'm gonna... There's a lot of things I want to do to my ISP right now. So we're at part 2. I guess this is part 2 of the fucking stream. No, I didn't pay... I did pay my internet provider. They're dog shit. I want everybody in this chat, to the 129 people, 192 people that were watching a minute ago, I want all of you to tweet at Spectrum Internet. Tweet at Spectrum. Tell them to fucking KYS, bro. Fuck Spectrum. I hate Spectrum Internet. I hate Spectrum. Listen, I used to sell Verizon Fios door to door, and I never had a fucking issue with my own Verizon Fios internet. If you have Spectrum Internet, because I can't get it, I can't get any other lead provider, any other service provider in my area. If you have Spectrum, dump them. Dump them right fucking now. Dump Spectrum. They are dog shit. Fuck that company. Anyways, after Spectrum decided to fuck me in my asshole. No, I'm joking, Hannah. Don't actually. I'm literally joking. Don't tweet at Spectrum. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. I don't actually mean any ill will to Spectrum. I'm just going to smash my router on the floor. I'm going to smash my router on the floor. It's a joke. I didn't mean it. Yeah, no, I still use the original router. I want a new one, but it doesn't help with Spectrum. Like, I know everything about the bottleneck. Why am I yelling? Xylee, it's because my stream died halfway through. Fucking hate it. I hate when that happens. Do not say that. Hi, Xylee. Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. Let's get everyone back in the chat before we continue on with the lawsuit that Dennis filed involving harassment of himself. No, I'm going to break the router. I'm going to smash the router into pieces. And then I'm going to call Spectrum and be like, hey, your router broke. I hate Spectrum. If you have Spectrum, dip them right now. Do not clip that. Chris getting his panties in a twist? Yes. It's almost like I don't like my flow being broken up. It's almost like I don't like my flow being broken up. Anyways, let's continue on. It was a joke before somebody fucking clips that out of context. Chef, stop. Okay. 20 bucks bet on the router. I'll do it. I'll fucking videotape it. I'll be like Chris Chan when she destroyed her PlayStation. All right. Bass asserts that the trial court findings that Bass had excessively photographed and videotaped was not supported by the substantial evidence. He argues there was no evidence of videotape because no video was introduced at trial, and that there was insufficient evidence of photographing because of a single photo since was admitted at trial. The legal documents are about a spat that Dennis had with one of his neighbors that were photographing him for some form of violations in the neighborhood. And Dennis was saying that it was excessive. Bass contends that the court's findings were impermissibly based on speculative witness testimony that was simply not enough to eliminate a substantial doubt that Bass could have been taking a picture of himself or simply reading his phone. He asserts no expert testimony was offered to explain how holding a phone in particular ways indicates that a photo is being taken of someone else instead of oneself, or simply trying to angle the phone to avoid a glare from the sun. Fair enough. The problem with Bass's arguments is that he essentially asks us to reweigh the evidence that redetermine credibility findings findings by the court. This we cannot do. The court must indulge reasonable inferences that that of fact might have drawn from the evidence. It must accept the fact finder's resolution of conflicting evidence that it may not insert its own views regarding the credibility of witnesses in place of an assessments conveyed by the judgment. We must defer to the trial court's documentation and credibility. Contrary to Bass's assertions, the testimony of Feitosa, his girlfriend, and their assistant provided substantial evidence that the defendant excessively photographed and recorded Feitosa and his girlfriend. As summarized in the background section, they testified to numerous instances where Bass directed his phone at them, positioned it in a manner to take photos and videos. An expert is not necessarily to explain what Feitosa and his girlfriend observed. The common everyday experience of how cell phones are used to photograph and record appropriate for lay testimony. Feitosa and his girlfriend described several instances where Bass hid behind neighborhood trees, lampposts, and other structures to photograph or record them. Bass photographing and recording persisted for about 1 to 2 years and culminated into 4 complaints that he filed against Feitosa. English is hard. My eyes, I can't read this very well. I'll be honest. I can't read it very well. But basically, what Salvo is putting out, horrifying. Dev Noodles lost his sanity after a psycho neighbor harassed his SO and assistants for potentially his lover. Started having anger issues and divorced his wife. So apparently, what's being insinuated here is that this started a downward spiral of Dennis's life. So this is based around all of this information. Dennis isn't doing very well right now. On top of that, there's also another thing that has come out recently about Dennis. Dennis, you need to shave your pubic hair, buddy. So another thing that has came out is Tiana, one of Dennis's assistants. I have mild dyslexia. So if you guys are going to make fun of English is hard, how dare you make fun of somebody with dyslexia? I'll cancel all of you. Who gives a fuck? I have dyslexia. Who gives a shit? Sent you an archive of the Twitter thread. Thank you, Tony. So Tiana, one of the ones that Salvo was saying that needs to be fed and paid. Breaking. Ex-Def Noodles employee Tiana quits workout for Dennis, states he is crazy, poor work environment, and took her to Burning Man with no water. This is a little fucking crazy. So, in the instance of Tiana, is an ex-employee that is letting everyone know how this is being handled and how Dennis has a poor work environment and how he treats his staff.
Yeah, I quit my job because, I'll make a story time about it, but my boss is, like, kind of, like, crazy, and it was just not a good work environment, and then he took me to Burning Man with no fucking water or preparation at all. I wasn't getting hate. I did get, like, one comment that was, like, why would you work for him, like, blah, 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 but I was, like, I didn't really publicize that I worked for him, but people found out, but, like, I didn't really, like, make a point to share that, so a lot of people didn't even know who I worked for. Yeah, I quit my...
So she basically tells everybody that Dennis is a fucked up boss, and a bad boss on top of that, and a boss that, at Burning Man didn't give her any water, which is kind of fucked, because if you don't know where Burning Man is, it's in the middle of the fucking desert! $4.99 from Sailor, the man that Def Noodles tried to bully. It seems Def should just stop working with dogs because to this day, he doesn't know how to get his lapdog Steven to shut the fuck up. Have a great stream. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat, Sailor. Very based. Base Sailor. Base Sailor. Now, on top of that, and yes, Tiana could have bought her own water, but by law, Dennis Feitosa legally has to provide water. I am not going to speculate on Dennis's mental well-being or mental state or anything involving him having bipolar, schizophrenia, or anything. I am not, and nobody is a fucking therapist that is covering this shit. The only person that can tell anyone that Dennis has an issue mentally is his therapist or a medical professional. If you start to armchair psychiatrist someone, it makes it worse. So I will not be commenting on if it's that or anything. The cocaine thing's just funny to me. Him being on cocaine is just funny to me, but it's not real. I don't know if it's real. I don't know if Dennis is snorting fucking lines or Tony's not doing anything. I don't agree with the ex-wife thing either. But it's being put out there. That's it. Under federal law, employers must provide portable water that employees can consume. Portable water includes tap water that is not safe to drink. Employers are not allowed to make employees pay for water that is provided. If portable water is provided, an employer does not have to offer bottled water. She should have brought her own water, yes, but at the same time, Dennis, as her employee, should have got her some fucking water. So Dennis is, there's a lot of things going on about Dennis right now. There's a lot of shit. Dennis is losing his fucking mind. Let's move on to my favorite part of the entire situation. So Dennis has been insinuating that Salvo and other actors at the club were trying to incite a riot. That is not true. We spoke to some of the people that were after the show, if you didn't watch the full stream. We also viewed the entire event ourselves. Now, yes, was the crowd stacked in Red Bar and Salvo's favor? Of course. That's what happened. Can't deny that. But was Salvo and the Red Bar fans trying to incite a riot and start fights with the crowd? No, that's not what happened. Salvo, on two occasions, stopped Jessica from rushing the stage after he had water thrown on him. So Jessica was the one that tried to rush, but then he stopped her, showing that he's like, do not rush the stage. Sit down. Like telling people not to do anything. Salvo was actually trying to keep it down, the energy, like within, the heckling space, but not to like start a fight, to start a riot or anything. Dennis's shove is what changed it all. It's what changed the energy, shoving Salvo. So Dennis, in his illustrious wisdom throughout the past couple of fucking hours, tweeting all this shit. Let's see here. Dennis not only gets called out by a comedian, Dennis gets called out by a bunch of situations going on. So he gets called out by an actual roast comedian during this situation. One of the rules of roast battle is no physical contact. Also, battles are supposed to be scheduled at least a week in advance so that competitors can actually research each other and write jokes. Last, not giving someone a mic is the most cowardly thing a comedian can do. Remember what Dennis was doing. Dennis was trying to say, does Salvo deserve a mic? Does Salvo deserve a mic? Like being a bitch. This comedian is 100% accurate on how a roast battle works. Dennis tweets them. We'd love to have you on the next roast so you can teach us how to do it. Reaching out at DMs now. So Dennis gets called out by a roast battle comedian and then goes, well, you should come and do it to us. You should come to us and and teach us the ways. Fucking Dennis being a little bitch boy. Being a little bitch. So Dennis, with this photo, after shoving Salvo, posts a photo. Third roast battle. I can't believe he's doing a third one. Dennis, how are you going to be doing a third one after the horrible situations that you have had happen to you this past 24 hours? I don't know how you're going to have a third one, man. I don't know how you're going to have a third one. It's ridiculous. Let's take a look here. So Dennis decides to meme this. Dennis tries to meme by trying to compare it to the Axon Bronson show. I don't agree with that necessarily. So then Dennis goes on to tweet 20 hours ago. He was banging on windows and trying to destroy property. Not true. He knocked on the window saying, "Hey, Dennis, I'm here for a tour." Salvo did not break any property. He didn't try to create destruction of property. None of those things is true. None of those things are true, Dennis. 2, he harassed and assaulted my staff and Patreons outside of the venue. Hey guys, go watch the Salvo Pancakes live IRL stream of him walking up to the venue. Salvo did not harass or assault his staff or patrons outside of the venue. He didn't punch anybody. He didn't attack anybody. He didn't do anything. His security guard didn't even do anything. He tried to break into the green room. Now that one, yeah, he tried to go up and open the door to the green room. But the thing is my argument, but Unwinded, other people have had different arguments, and I respect those arguments. Salvo shouldn't have walked up and tried to open the door to the green room. He shouldn't have done that. But Salvo was also the main card for the event. Why wasn't he allowed into the green room to talk to the comedians and talk to you before the show? To get an idea of like how the show's going to work, how it's going to play out, you know, what's the breakdown of the show? I don't understand why. I understand that Dennis has an issue with him, but if you're going to be professional and bring on a guy that's coming in to roast you, don't you want him in the green room to break up that situation, to actually to talk to the guy before all of this? Sure, Salvo tried to walk into the green room, but to be honest, Salvo was under the impression that he was going to be a part of the green room talks from the beginning. That's at least how I look at it. He was on stage inciting and preventing the show from starting. Dude, he was literally hyping up the crowd because you weren't. Sure, the crowd was against you the whole time, but you weren't adding any energy. You weren't like, yeah, man, I know everyone's here to hate me. Let's get fucked Deaf Noodles. You know, like, make a joke out of it. Like, make it fun. Salvo wouldn't even have to be on the stage if it wasn't for that. So I never understand Dennis's points here. I'm not even defending Salvo. I'm going based on what I witnessed with my own eyes and your lack of being a good host and just leaning into the joke and leading into the fact that the crowd didn't like you. Sure, it's a difficult crowd to fight. It's a very difficult crowd to fight. But you could have turned this on its head immediately and said, yeah, I know the crowd's here because they don't like me. Let's get a fuck Deaf Noodles. Like, he could have done it that way. Instead of shoving Salvo, he could have put his arm around him and be like, dude, welcome to the show. I'm so glad that you're here. I know that me and you have a problem, but me and you are going to roast towards the end. So can you just please take a seat and we'll get everything started. And if Salvo refused, then Dennis, you would have looked like the good guy. Dennis, you would have looked like the champ. You would have looked like a champ. That's the problem that we're facing here, Dennis, is that your shove and your hostile actions in the beginning didn't change the vibe. You didn't play with it. You didn't actually turn it into a spectacle that would work for yourself. I'm just trying to understand here. I'm trying to understand Dennis's point of all of this. All of this is incorrect, minus maybe the green room thing. All of this is incorrect. He could have killed them with kindness. Exactly, Zoidberg. Exactly, Zoidberg. I agree with you 100% on that. He could have turned this around. So then Dennis goes, I have hours of footage, DMs, and screenshots. If this were ever to go to court, I have plenty of evidence of incitement. The internet is conveniently showing one part of the story to villainize me. Dude, we have multiple angles of the situation. We even have somebody who streamed the entire event from the best angle imaginable and took a recording of everything all the way through. We're not villainizing you. We're going based on what we saw. We're going based on how you poorly handled the situation through and through. That's what we're looking at. We're not villainizing you. Sure, we think you're a douchebag, But if Salvo did anything really fucking bad, Salvo would be getting criticized as well. I don't understand your points here. No, you're fine, Tony. You're fine. Yeah, and to be honest, I agree with Abby. The Red Bar fans that were there just to fuck around, they literally were well-behaved. Sure, they were saying fuck Dev Noodles and saying a bunch of crazy shit. But Dennis could have leaned into it. Hey, everyone, I know that you hate me. I know that you hate me. But let's have a great show tonight. Salvo, buddy, I know that you're on stage trying to help me out, get the crowd going because they don't like me. But if you take a seat, let's go through the show, and then me and you will have our opportunity to battle. Dennis did none of that. He starts the show by shoving the main event. Not letting him into the green room, not allowing him in the pre-show work, just to get to know the other comedians. He was hostile from the start. That I don't understand how Dennis thinks that this is a good way of doing things. So let's see. You mean how you emptied all Salvo's fans, silently pulled yours in, and began booing him the second you gave him the mic after putting him on your ad. Put up or shut up. Put the coke down. That's funny. This never happened. If you watch the stream, you see the exact moment Salvo's man titties, cakes. Is that what he calls Salvo? That's a horrible fucking title. Was thrown out by security. His 20 friends left. I had 30 of my people there. They rightfully heckled him when he said his corny monologue. Got heckled for 90 minutes. Dude couldn't take 3. This is the problem, Dennis. It was a mixture of the hostility that started that made them boo you and not allowed the show go very well. And then on top of that, you also lifted Salvo out, removed him. There were instances, and Jessica and other people that that were there as witnesses saw some people being removed from the show and some people left the show. That's the situation that is happening. That is the best part of all of this, is that there were people being removed, Dennis. There were people being removed. There were a bunch of witnesses. We interviewed those witnesses. They are on my stream. Towards the end of the video, they are on my stream. We interviewed Abby. We interviewed Jessica. We interviewed TH. We interviewed all of these people that are confirming a lot of the suspicions and a lot of the situations that happened on live stream, Dennis. You are misrepresenting it even more. So, let's take a look at some of the quote tweets that Dennis saying that he has a bunch of evidence. CJ Brown, a man who has been criticizing Dennis and is actually a pretty respected person in Salvo's Discord, which, CJ, I love your work, dude. It's good shit. Quote tweets, bring it to court. This tweet is also a lie. Dennis has plenty of footage, but so do all the people who archived the stream and restreamed it, and it shows Dennis assaulting Salvo, allowing a rowdy crowd to get completely out of hand and continue to serve alcohol legally to the crowd. Arts by Sakura. I saw you in the chat. Good fucking tweet. That is a good point. That is a good point. This is the problem. This situation here. He proceeded to do all of these things. He proceeded to sell alcohol without a liquor license, from what we understand. Then there's also the situation of him not being able to control the crowd and actually keep everyone leveled and keep everyone entertained and to play off the meme. Like, why aren't you doing, hey, everybody, I know you're not here to see me, but you're here to see Salvo. And Salvo, if you take a seat, me and get started. I know you have a beef, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Instead, he comes out and just shoves the man right to the ground. My quote tweet, we want to see what you're talking about. DMs from Salvo or random people. That email Red Bar said was not him. Because Dennis was saying that Red Bar was emailing him that he wants to ruin his shitty show and all that stuff. Red Bar confirmed that is not the email. You have nothing, Dennis. The crowd didn't start a fight. You did by shoving the man you said would pull up or shut up. Quit posturing. Dennis, for the past fucking almost 48 hours now, has just been tweeting out a nonsense thread of shit. Lied about the situation lied about the situation, misframing the situation, telling people he was going to a Vegas show when he was, in my opinion, not confirmed to go, or people did call and get him removed. But the guy in Augie's call said only 3 people called about it from the venue. That's a little crazy. This has been a 48 hours of craziness. Dan, New York. Did you notice he had his dad bartending illegally? I do not know if that's his dad or not. No idea, Dan, New York. No idea. No idea. I am saying now, here, Dennis is a coward. Dennis misframes things. We've said that for years. Him going to the Comedy Club in LA and not actually being confirmed to go based on the situation involving the calls from Riveter and Augie shows that he has no idea what the fuck's going on anymore. Dennis having a third roast event after this is absolutely psychotic. Then on top of that, he is literally losing his fucking mind. Salvo is digging up dirt on him at a rate unprecedented. Now, do I agree bringing the ex-wife into this? No, I don't agree with it. I see where Salvo's going, but I don't agree with it until more information comes out. I gotta watch it back then, Dan. I gotta watch it back then. If you watch back, Salvo asked if he was his dad. And he nodded yes in shame. I'll look into that again, Dan. I didn't see that. Dennis should not host the third event. He shouldn't. He's not going to get the viewership he wants this time. No credible YouTuber, unless you have something planned, should go. Just based on the fact of how dangerous the situation got. How he treated somebody who actually pulled up versus shutting up. Dennis is somebody that cannot and will not be taken seriously from here on out. I think Tommy said it best. You are a lolcow, Dennis. You're not an S-class lolcow, but you're getting there, in my opinion. You're almost there. You're kind of on the line. This bumped you up a little bit more because of you lying about, from what I understand, the LA comedy thing. And then proceeding to say that this list of things that Salvo did, which he didn't do. This is just a situation that has spiraled out of control. Death Noodles, a.k.a. Dennis Fatoza. Dennis, drop the lawsuit against Keem. You're not going to win. Dennis, stop doing these fucking roast battle shows. Just stop it. Stop. They proceed to get worse for you every time. Now other comedians are starting to see you. When Donovan Crip Daddy is telling other comedians what's going on, because a lot of big comedians follow Crip. I love Crip. Crip's one of my favorite fucking comedians. The absolute minute that Crip starts, all the other comedians start to find out about that, no comedian's going to your venue. No comedian's going on your side. At all. It's just not happening, dude. Dennis, you need to start telling the truth and stop misframing things. You need to stop misframing things. Dennis, you need to be a better person. Dennis, you need to apologize for all the shit that you've done over the years and not make it fucking sarcastic. Dennis, you need to apologize to Salvo for shoving him to the ground. Dennis, cut it the fuck out. Just cut it out. You're being bodied by the entire YouTube community. Your roast battle gets worse for you every time. New pieces of evidence continue to fucking stack against you. There is no reason for you to act this way anymore. For 2 years, you should have apologized. And now you're going down the path of a lolcow. I would like everybody, like Tipster said, to post in the chat here and on Twitter, #apologize to Salvo. We want to get that trending. Def Noodles needs to apologize to Salvo Pancakes. Sure, Salvo and Red Bar stacked the fans, and it was going to be a hostile. It was going to be a moment where Dennis was on his back feet the whole time. But Dennis, you shoving him to the ground, no reason for that. Salvo did nothing to assault you. Salvo did nothing to cause mayhem and havoc. He never touched anybody, from what I understand, other than from what people are saying, like touching the gay guy's nipples, which was kind of funny. He didn't do anything that basically incited violence. He didn't incite violence. So I don't understand where you're coming up with these points, Dennis. It seems like you're really trying to save face on this situation so that the rest of the comedy world doesn't see that your club is an unsafe environment. And it's really, really, really pathetic to see you fall this hard. So Salvo deserves an apology. Salvo deserves an apology. And you, Dennis, need to understand what you're doing now is something that can't be forgiven. Dennis Feitosa. The cat-eared Minecraft man. The man who's made so many lies about other creators and have slandered so many creators. The king of clickbait. The worst drama YouTube channel on the platform. The man who has been supported by H3H3 for years throughout his bullshit. Dennis, apologize to Salvo Pancakes. The chat demands it. The internet demands it. The internet sees your bullshit. And we want you to apologize to Salvo. All you have to do is apologize to Salvo for assaulting him. That's all you have to do is apologize to Salvo for shoving him. Also, yes, Tiana also quit, Alex. Tiana also quit. I truly believe because Crip has real comedy fans that follow him, like not even fans, like real comedians, like actual, like Doug Stanhope and like really good fucking comedians. He's probably letting them all know. What is this? Oh no, I don't need the. All right, I saw those, Abby. I saw those. That's all right. I've seen all those. Defamation Noodles with the $5 super chat. Like I previously stated in my QRTs, he should have let his security handle the chaos that happened instead of being involved. Exactly, defamation. Exactly, dude. I believe that as well. He should have let the security handle it, or he should have played into the joke. He should have played into. I know everyone's not here to watch me. They're here to see Salvo, and I'm excited for the show. Thank you guys for coming out. Yeah, fuck Dev Noodles, am I right? Salvo, if you could take a seat, dude, we'll get you started real soon. That's all he had to do. That's all he had to do. And he would have looked like the better man in this situation. But he did exactly what me, Salvo, Augie, Nick, Dave, Matt, everybody. He played into it immediately. We all knew some shit was going to go down. We all knew that Dennis was going to not allow Salvo to speak. We knew that the crowd was going to be rowdy. We knew that Dennis wasn't going to handle it well. We knew the ego was going to fucking explode. Dennis's ego can't handle it. Dennis's ego can't handle it. Like seriously. This whole situation is out of control. Oh, Tommy. Tommy's going to go live in 15. All right. I just wanted to do a quick stream today to kind of recap you on everything. To kind of recap you on the entire situation. Now, I'm going to keep the stream going for a couple of minutes because I want this entire chat to go over to Tommy. I want to show Tommy some support for the last time that me and him spoke. I love Tommy C. He's one of my favorite commentary channels. Been watching him for a while. So, oh shit, Dead on Dave's gonna be on Tommy? Yo, this is a reunion episode, bro. This is a reunion episode. So we're gonna keep the stream going for a few minutes. I'm gonna do a Q&A. and then I'm going to bring you over to Tommy's stream. I have no idea how to do a Tommy raid, so I'm just going to keep posting Tommy's links in the chat until I see everyone go over there. Let's do a Q&A. What do you think Def Noodles should do moving forward? I love how Def Noodles pushed Salvo while his back was turned, and soon he was facing him. He was hiding behind the others. Exactly, Disc, because that's what a bitch does. That's what a bitch does. That's what an unfunny bitch does, is to hit someone from behind. Yeah, got him. Me and Unwind are going to keep looking into that guy, too. Me and Unwind, it might be a nothing burger, so just leave it at that. Let's see here. It's their OG SFTP Sundays. I know, Mari. I know. I'm just excited for it. He needs some medical help. I agree, Riv. Beg for forgiveness. Kinda. I kind of see that. I'm up for some traveling to a new channel for me. That's good, Ben. I'll bring you over to Tommy. Chris, will you ever enter the show on a wrecking ball in Miley Cyrus outfit screaming Dennis? Me and Bunk are considering going. I'm not a reputable channel. I'm too small for it. I don't want to give Dennis any sort of clout. Maybe if I could convince Bunk and pay the tickets for the two of us to go. Leave YouTube for good. Just stop. True, I can see that. He should sign off for a bit and get some rest and introspection. I agree with that. He should get a real job. Technically, YouTube is a job. Dennis should just quit comedy and internet and leave. I agree with that. He should apologize and just keep low for some time. I also believe that, Marbs. I believe Dennis really should just stop. Can I say how much probably pissed himself when I said shout out to RFC who destroyed Def Noodles from his closet? That's actually a good interview that you guys should watch with Augie and Def Noodles. That was a good debate. Above all, probably try to humble himself and absorb / work to be better. I agree with you, Tiny. That one I 100% agree with. Def should apologize genuinely and take a vacation. No internet and just relax and rest. True. At this point, he might as well just go live and start banging rails on stream. Yo, Bruce, how funny it would be if his last video, he just has a bunch of lines of cocaine and he just goes, now you guys know why I've been lying for years. Puts his face into it and just goes, and just gets off camera. I would fucking laugh my ass off if that happened. He just needs to fade away. He needs some help. He needs to unplug for a while, looking at himself, but that's probably not going to happen, unfortunately. Stop being a mirror to people around him, true. Sign up for a bit means 50 years. Trust fund baby, that's why he's so entitled. I agree with you, Michael. He's definitely a trust fund baby. I know you said you don't believe he takes drugs, but the pic he took with his team, he looks manic / high. I don't know. I don't believe the drugs thing. I think it's just a funny meme. I know you, Dennis should do anything other than comedy. I agree with you on that one. To be honest, he probably needs a psych ward or 6 or 7 days. I don't know if I subscribe to that. He should put down the coke. Let me ask you this. Before I send you, let me ask you this, chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you genuinely believe that Dennis is on cocaine. Or 2, if Dennis is just not handling all the criticism well. I want to see these differences. Do you actually believe he's on coke, or do you believe he's handling the criticism wrong and he's kind of melting down? 1 or 2? 1 for cocaine, 2 for cocaine. I want the whole chat in this one. Okay, Hannah, I agree. I don't think he's on cocaine either. Does the whole chat actually believe he's on cocaine? This is crazy. Not coke, not coke, not coke. Okay, both. One's everyone. All right, listen, Dennis, I don't believe you're on cocaine. My chat does. I don't believe you're on cocaine at all. Your subreddit believes you're on coke, and everyone in this chat believes you're on coke for some reason. I do not subscribe to it. I do not subscribe that you're on cocaine. I am not going to insinuate that you're on cocaine. I'm not even going to insinuate you're having a manic episode. I'm just saying you're not handling this well at all. Like, at all. Did you see his eyes in that picture he took right after the event? I did. It's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. Wait, is Edwin here? Edwin's not here. Nathan, 2 lead to 1. Okay, that's a good answer, actually. Maybe. Maybe all the criticism's getting to him and he's just doing cocaine. I don't think Edwin's here. But Dennis is a local coke. Oh, shit, Edwin is here. I unsubscribed from his coke channel. Edwin is here. Oh, fuck, that's funny. I unsubscribed from his coke channel. I don't think he's actually on coke, because I know someone is going to clip that, tweet it, and then Dennis is going to be like, do you see that people are saying that I'm doing cocaine? Dennis, you need to apologize. You need to apologize to You need to apologize to Salvo. Def Noodles needs to apologize to Salvo, and according to my chat, put down the cocaine. This is a good meme. Oh my god. Before Tommy goes live, I pulled up something for you. I pulled up a little something for the chat here, and I don't know if Edwin's seen it. Edwin did check it out of the first roast battle when we were talking about the prettier penis. He chickened out. If he had that, he'd fuel the rumor. Yeah, true. So I want to read something to you guys. So this is the roast thoughts by the Def Noodles subreddit. I have been glued to this subreddit. I've been glued to it like gorilla glue. I can't stay away from it. So I'm going to read you guys a passage before I send you over to Tommy's stream. Roast thoughts. Def Noodles is a coward. I have so many things I want to say about it. First point. Def literally assaulted Salvo from behind. That sounds pretty sexual. Another one of the comedians and that random girl also assaulted Salvo. Yep, the random girl that threw water on him. True. She was pissed through the window. She was pissed. They didn't even give Salvo a microphone or give him a minute to go up against Def head to head. Another good point by an ex-Def Noodles fan. They were kicking out Salvo and Red Bar fans for no reason. Also true. People who went said they were threatened outside the establishment and also had water thrown at them. That's the Jessica Pizzle situation. Jessica was threatened outside of the venue because somebody found out about her Stardust comment months ago. I'm 90% sure they purposely kept cutting the audio on his live streams just before the Noodles push. The audio cut. They also cut when Salvo was getting shoved out by security. I'm thankful for the Twitter videos so we know what happened. I am also thankful to Jessica Pizzle, Abby, and TH. You guys were fucking giga chads to fill in me and Augie and everybody on what happened in between the time frames that the audio cut out. And I genuinely believe, the more I look at it, that they were cutting out audio in specific moments. Complete bullshit. People who went say that chairs pushed into their legs when the comedians all started to gang up on Salvo. That's TH's situation. No liquor license. Also true. No toilets. Also true. Which, if you ask me, it's THS. Thank you, THS. I just call her TH. It's THS. No liquor license, which Salvo had a good point. He did ask them if they had a liquor license, and there was no response to that. No toilets. That is also fucked up. In my opinion, Dennis's club is breaking a lot of violations. If you're going to have a public venue, you need bathrooms and a liquor license if you're going to sell liquor there. Dennis, you might be breaking the law with your club, dude. It was so disorganized. Yeah, what did you think? It was going to be organized like the first one? In the setups of the roast themselves, even the comedians didn't even know what was going on. True, Ernesto didn't even know he was going to go on. Ernesto posted on Reddit that he was put onto the he was posted on the flyer without even prior knowledge, which is so funny to me. They refused to let Salvo into the back room with the rest of the comedians and refused to give him any water. Def saying that history was made, yeah, maybe, as the absolute worst, unsafe, hostile show ever. This is true. Red Bar not only, in my opinion, won the event. Yes, Gordon, I see you. On top of that, Salvo looks awesome during this. He doesn't look like he's at fault for much, other than like maybe one or two things. Then, on top of that, Dennis has lied about going to an LA Comedy Club show, from what we understand. Augie and Riveter confirmed that he wasn't confirmed for the show. On top of that, Dennis is misframing the entire conversation and the narrative of what actually happened on the live stream to not only shit on Salvo, misrepresent the Red Bar fans, he also is lying currently on the stream, on Twitter, to multiple different people. Then he is also alienating his fans in the worst way possible. Gordon, no spamming. Salvo came out on top. This is a Salvo W. This is a massive, massive, massive Salvo W. Dennis has not only been exposed to be a bitch, being exposed to be a bad host during a show, being exposed for potentially not having a liquor license for an LA Comedy Club, which is not good. On top of that, being exposed for being kind of a, in my opinion, kind of a paranoid psycho. We had some fun at his expense. Everything just went wrong for him in every retrospect. Dennis, I don't know how you still have a fan base. I don't. Apologize to Salvo. Apologize to the Red Bar fans. Apologize to everybody. I also am looking into the TJLT guy. There's a potential story surrounding him. We're just not sure. We're just not sure yet. It might be a nothing burger. It might not. But it's interesting about the TJLT guy. So we're going to look into that. So I want to thank all the creators that streamed with me yesterday. I want to thank everyone that came out that night. I want to thank Edwin for making fun of me on his live stream that Matt ratioed the fuck out of my point because it was just lol gay. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. Thank you for the support during the show. And honestly, Augie, Edwin, everybody, it was a sick fucking thing that we all did together to shit on them to shit on Dennis collectively. Let us continue to watch Dennis's downfall while I send you over to Tommy C's show. So, hey Hannah, I'm gonna need your help. I have the TJLT info and mods can send it to you. Okay, let me do one thing first before I send you over to Tommy. I'm gonna open up the Discord a little bit. That's the Discord link for you guys. That's the Discord link to you guys. Make sure you like, sub. Make sure you like and sub. Watch the video through because it went from part 1 to part 2. I got fucked on that. On top of that, make sure you guys go over to Tommy C's show right now. He should be starting in a few minutes. Oh, didn't mean to dislike that. We're doing just say it's a Chris raid. Go in there and say Chris raid. Everyone go over to Tommy. I'm going to be ending the stream today. I will also be on the Clear as Mud podcast at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you guys go there. Everyone go over to Tommy's stream. He's going to be starting in a few minutes. You're going to enjoy the fuck out of that. I will also be on the Clear as Mud podcast today. Tommy's late, doesn't matter. He's going to get started soon. Just because Tommy's late, you guys just wait in there. It's going to be a good fucking show. So make sure you guys go into Tommy. I will be ending this for now, and I hope you guys have a great night. Again, Clear as Mud podcast, 5 p.m. I will be posting it in the Discord. I will be posting it in on Twitter as well, so make sure you guys go there. Send everybody. Go in there. Don't do a proper raid. All right, Edwin. I'm bad at this, bro. Tommy needs to get started then. Tommy needs to get started then. Edwin, listen, man. You got to teach me how to do YouTube shit. I need somebody with experience. You were tipster. You were tipster need to teach me how to actually do this shit. Yeah. Fair enough. Tommy late SFTP time. Exactly. So you go in there, you hang out. Edwin, I'd like to talk to either you or tipster about how to actually make sure that I'm setting up YouTube stuff correctly. Because I feel like I get fucked on it. Like I want to do the premiere thing and everything, but it doesn't work. Yeah, Edwin's OG YouTube. I'd like to talk to Edwin about how to make it better. I need advice. I could also ask RTU. Yeah, true. I could ask Rich. I do talk to Rich pretty often still. I'd like to have some advice from some OG channels. Because I'd like to figure out how to get YouTube streaming better. I'd like to get better at it. Like, I wanted to mentor a woman, but oh well, maybe I could help you. Listen, man, I have the slim, slender body of a woman, Edwin. I have a slim, slender body of a woman. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. What it is, dude. I'm a sexy man. I'm kidding. Put a gun in my mouth for that joke. What do you mean you think Dennis has gone missing? Nah, Edwin's also YouTube OG. And Tommy's getting started. Yeah, get the fuck over there. Oh, Tommy's getting started. Get out. All right, Tommy got started with Dead on Day. Jesus Christ. I will see you guys at Clear as